Today, I'd like to share a personal reflection on a film that quietly moved me and reminded me how heartfulness can be lived in everyday life. The film is Perfect Days. I first watched it during a film seminar presented by Dr. Francis Liu at the Excellence Institute in Big Sur, California. What impressed me most wasn't the awards or recognition. It was the presence of the protagonist, Hirayama, a calm, grounded way of being that weaves through the story like a steady stream. In the film, his daily life is simple and repetitive, almost ritual-like. And through these rituals, the film points toward a spiritual quality often described in Japanese as Mushin. No mind, or more accurately, no ego mind. Mushin is not an absence of thoughts. It is not emotionally numbness. It is not a state to achieve, nor a destination to arrive at. Mushin is a home to return to right here in the present moment. It is the ability to meet whatever arises without being dragged by it, without fighting, without clinging. Throughout the film, we see many quiet scenes that reflect this. Hirayama's contentment with a modest lifestyle, his heartful connection with nature, his simple friendliness with people he encounters, and his mindful presence in daily tasks. Even his work, often viewed by others as low status, becomes a kind of practice. Not because the work is glamorous, but because his mind is not divided. He is doing what he is doing fully. Today, I want to focus on a theme that touched me deeply. His graceful dance with pain, vulnerability, and shadows. It reminded me of the Japanese word komorebi, the beauty of sunlight shimmering through leaves, where light and shadow move together in the wind. Komorebi is not only about beauty, it is about reality. Light and shadow are not enemies. They belong to the same dance. In one scene, Hirayama encounters his wealthy sister, Keiko, who arrives to pick up his needs. Her presence, her car, her lifestyle forms a stark contrast to his simple life. And she reacts with disbelief toward what he does for work, questioning how someone like him could live this way. Hirayama answers quietly and simply. There's no argument, no defensiveness, no shame, just presence. But when she brings up their estranged father, his decline and illness, something shifts. A sorrow surfaces. And we see that beneath the calm exterior, there's grief. Later, when he's alone, he breaks down in tears. This is important. Mushin is not the absence of emotion. Mushin is having a heart spacious enough to allow emotions to move through, to let grief be grief, to let tears be tears, without creating a second layer of suffering through resistance shame, or self-judgment. The tears come, and then they go, like clouds passing across an open sky. In another scene, Hirayama meets a terminally ill man connected to someone in his daily life. Their meeting is quiet and human. At night, by a riverbank, the man wonders aloud about shadows, and whether darkness deepens when shadows overlap. Instead of discussing it intellectually, they play. They turned it into a spontaneous, childlike game, a kind of shadow tag. And in the play, something tender happens. They connect through shared pain without needing to explain it. They meet as human beings, beyond roles, beyond status, beyond story. In that moment, the ego's artificial divide softens. They touch something like oneness, a wordless companionship, a brief healing. This too reflects Mushin, not the removal of difficulty, but the removal of separation. Near the end of the film, there's an extended moment that stays with many viewers. We see Hirayama driving, music playing, and his face shifts, moving naturally between laughter and tears. It is as if joy and sadness are no longer opposites. They are one living moment, one present reality. This is the heart of heartfulness. To allow the full range of human experiences to pass through the heart without being trapped by it, not clinging to happiness, not resisting sadness, just intimacy with what is. The dance of light and shadow, camaraderie within the soul. As I reflected on this film, I see life purpose this way: to awaken, to cross a river, from the ordinary ego mind to another shore, the shore of no ego mind, Mushin. In this way, Perfect Days becomes a mirror. It reflects where we are in our spiritual journey. When I approach it through mindfulness, I see Hirayama's life as presence practice. When I approach it through heartfulness, I see his being as expression of the heart. Simple, present, kind, compassionate, transcending inner division. Mushin is known only through experience. Heartful meditation is a simple vessel that carries us across. I invite you to join this journey, and the next time you watch a film, especially one that quietly touches your heart, remember, return to the heart. Open your heart to feel and relate. Elevate to totality. This is the heartful path.